Well, hello and welcome to another episode of Reley's Career Talks, Season 2. I'm your host, Foley Asamoah.
Hi, and I'm Rebecca. So welcome back to our season and a new episode we have for this before us. So today I have one of my really good friends on the line today, and I want him to introduce himself, tell us about who you are, your businesses, your profession, and we can just jump right into the interview.
Okay, awesome. Thank you guys for having me. First, my name is full name Baba Jide Durosomo. People call me Jide for short. And yes, I do have a business, and it's Jide Photos. You can find it on Instagram. So it's G_DAY_photos. So Jide Photos. And apart from the business, I'm also into project management, and I'm also a Scrum Master.
Hey, okay,
Nice,
that's
nice,
pretty dope.
nice.
So, how did you? I guess first of all, I want to talk about you're in photography and Scrum Master too. How did you get into those two fields too, and how did you find the passion to get into them?
Okay, so let's see. How did I get into it? First, the photography. The passion started in college, and basically, I'll take pictures, and at the end of the semester, we'll just have a slideshow, and everyone is laughing and everything. And this is when like the first iPhone came out, so trying to be that cool kid, but. But wow,
Did you have sunglasses too? and a backwards hat? I'm joking.
Yeah, it grew into a passion, and I mentored under like several photographers, and
Nice, okay.
I made it into a business. Then for the Scrum Master part, so my degree is in business technology administration, and as every young dude, like, man, how much is this degree gonna make me? So I was like, I was like working at Verizon, and I was in operations. I was like, man, I need more money, So I didn't I heard about getting into programming, like programming language, and I was like, man, I tried it too hard. So I saw the Scrum Master thingy, asked a couple of friends about it, and I said, yeah, like it's something you can look into. So I actually took a class, and from there, I got a job, and boom, yeah, I got my Scrum Master. Then eventually, I got my PMP.
Okay,
wow.
sounds good, sounds good. So I want to go back to your photography real quick. So you found it as a passion in college, things of that nature. So how long have you been around? And then also, do you have, because I know some photographers have a niche, like some people do maybe only weddings, some people do only events. So what are some of the what do you take photos of? I mean, that sounds kind of like
I guess what are your
basic,
clients?
but yeah, who are your client base so like walk us through that.
Okay, so I actually started taking pictures of cars, and the reason why is don't complain. They just and, but it was just kind of like a hobby at first. To make the money, you have to take pictures of weddings. That's where the money is. So, but I love shooting. I would say still cars, but I love engagement sessions, with get married. And why I really love it is I can, you can actually see the chemistry in people,
Oh, wow.
and there's some people that they gel so well, you can feel the love just oozing out from them.
Oh.
So yeah, I think that's my favorite, niche, like I like,
Okay.
Oh, wow. I guess I don't have too much knowledge of photography and different. I guess what's your favorite type of camera that you like to use when taking
Okay,
these pictures?
I'm biased towards this because I started using Nikon,
Okay.
and I actually, rented like Canon, because I tried to, feel the difference, but I ended up sticking to Nikon. But now like Sony has come out with, amazing cameras. So down the line, eventually I might switch over, to Sony, but right now, still sticking with Nikon.
Okay, sounds good. So now I want to switch over to your career. So as a Scrum Master, you said you took a class. So so what kind of class did you take? Like, if someone's trying to get into it, how did you get there? Like, what class did you take? If you can share that information or guide people on what they did, what to do.
So it was actually someone that referred, like a whole chain down. Then eventually, I found someone, I paid for the class. And the good thing about it, which I would advise everyone to actually take a class, it's, the instructor gives you real life situations. Now the thing in Scrum is that, yeah, you can use all the methodologies or, everything that they teach you, but in real life, it doesn't happen that way. You're mixing like waterfall with Scrum and some other, like lean, that's kind of how it works in real life situations. But for the class, it puts you through all the methodologies. And, I would just advise anyone that wants to get into Scrum, yes, take a class and you should be good to go.
Okay. Sounds good.
Now, I know for our viewers, they might be like, wait, waterfall? Oh, what's going on? Is that a TLC song? What are those I guess terms mean in your field too? I mean, we know, but yeah, our audience.
Basic. I'll try and dub it down a little bit. So waterfall, like the description says, it's a waterfall, and it's just going step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And you don't have the opportunity to like go back. You don't have the opportunity to change things. But now this is where Scrum comes in, because Scrum, yeah, there are steps you go to, like different sprints, but at the end of every sprint, there's a retrospective meeting have to see, okay, what did we do good during the sprint? What do we need to change? And you can always go back and change and improve. So that's the beauty of Scrum.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes perfect sense too.
Yeah.
So
my next question to you, Jide. So now that you've been a photographer for a while, what are some key things that people should look for in photographers as they select photographers? I think that sometimes you don't know, or they say, oh, this person takes really great pictures, so let me reach out to them. But then what would you suggest as a photographer to someone who's looking for a photographer? What should they look into?
Okay, so first thing, I tell people is look at the person's work. If it's something you like, if you really like the pictures, because photography is like being a painter. Everyone has a different styles of editing. Some like sharp, bright colors, some like dull looking, colors. So pick who you like. Like I've had experiences where, clients come to me, haven't gone through my work. Then I take the pictures and I send it to them. And they're like, ooh, I wanted it to look this way. And I'm like, did you see my portfolio? I cannot recreate another photographer's work. I can create the poses, but the feel, the edits. Now I have my thing. So that's the first thing you should look at. And the second thing, and this is really important, is the character of the photographer. Because the character of the photographer determines how the pictures will look. Now, in terms of how does he pose? How does it bring out the emotions? Because, it's so funny, Instagram has been amazing because Instagram teaches you that the pictures, what you communicate to the audience is all about emotions. The most likely get in a picture is all about the emotions. And if a photographer can bring that out of the people or the subject, now that's he has talent, So those are the quality of work and the character of the photographer.
Okay. Oh, wow. Nice. It's kind of like even though the picture is still moving, in the person's head, it's like still bring it back to life too. Yeah, Dang, that's very eloquent the way you explained that too. Yeah, it's so I guess my next question is, I'm sure when you in your business too, you've seen a lot of craziness as
Oh,
well too. What's the hardest, I think, situation that you've been as a photographer, even having your own business?
let's see. In terms of like,
Oh,
in terms of working with clients, I think, when I'm taking pictures of weddings, there is no wedding that has gone smoothly. There's always like a hiccup. And sometimes I have to put myself in other people's roles. Like I become the wedding planner, or I become the I become the makeup artist.
Wow, really?
Because like there's some times where we are late for church. I'm like, yo, was it like the timeline? Where is it? Are we following? Then I'm the one trying to get everyone ready. Okay, the limo is downstairs. Right, let's go. Groom, where are you? Things like that. So, I think that's one of the problems I face. Just trying to get coordination, from everybody. Then I think the second problem, well, this was a crazy thing because I accidentally deleted a client's pictures. Yeah.
Oh man.
But the thing about me is once I make a mistake, there's this fear that just follows me throughout, that triple checking, double checking, like just, or having the backup of the backup of the backup just in case things like that happen. So yeah, those are like the biggest things. And well, using your camera is another thing. I guess people just think, or just put the camera in auto and shoot away.
Like shoot.
Yeah, like I shoot manual, so I'm in charge. I control all the settings, the ISO speed, like I make sure I have the right light, the exposure, I control all of that. And it's kind of hard to learn at first, but as you watch YouTube videos.
That's good. Yeah, so do you have a team? Oh wait.
No, I was saying I just can't get over it. It was like, hey man, we don't have you ever been in the church before? Yeah. Can you be our preacher? Because he like man, I need you to cook, Wow, that's man, that's amazing that you had to put all those hats too. I hope they paid you for all that too.
Well, So my question is, do you have a team? Or I know that your Jide photos, but then when you have like a wedding, how do you balance? Okay, so how do you even select who you want to focus on? That's just randomly came up to my mind. But then when you have a team, or do you have a team, or how does that work when you have to be in two places at once? So what do you do?
So team-wise, I don't have a team, but I reach out to other photographers that I trust.
Okay.
Worked in the past to work with me, and all photographers too, because I've had like incidents where I was trying to team up with this videographer, and I took the pictures, delivered it at the appointed time, and the videographer, it took him a year to deliver the video.
Wow.
So, and they were like calling me. I'm like, yo, I don't. I reached out to him.
Hey man, we're celebrating our first year anniversary.
Exactly. So I try to make if I'm working as a team, I let the customer know that this is a separate vendor. This is not Jide photos, because I have my own ways of handling things. Now, so what was the second question?
Second question is, okay, so like, okay, you have a wedding, right? So who do you decide? And as a main, I know people have they have preferences on the main photographer doing certain things versus their partner vendor. So who do you decide to? How do you decide? I mean, I guess you're focused on the bride because it's a wedding.
Oh yeah.
But then, has there been moments where you're like, okay, maybe I need to balance it out, and then get that other photographer to take over what you're doing so you can see different views? I don't know if that's even a thing.
you kind of answer the question, so a
Oh,
wedding, no, so like a wedding, it's all about the bride. It's all about the bride. So I stay with the bride, and depending on the level of the second shooter or second photographer, I allow him maybe just to stay with the groom, or we exchange, we switch after I take some things, with the bride, and I call him over once he's done with the groom. I call him over, so that he can take, some pictures, because I believe in transferring knowledge. I don't just want to keep, what I'm doing. So he learns how I, maybe arrange the dress, the rings, the shoes, and how you talk to the bride, because that's important. You don't want to, like, you want to make the bride happy, throughout the whole event. You want to encourage her. You want to, like, take a nice picture and actually show her, so that she'll see, oh, wow, I'm beautiful. I can just see, how the smile just, lights up her face, So yeah, so most of the time I'm with the bride. Then, I switch, to get, in case anything happens, I still have pictures of the groom. Then when we get to the church, we just, freestyle it. Then the reception, I tell the second shooter to focus on the reaction of the crowd, because I love those, like the shouting, the hand raising, and all that, while I'm focusing on the bride and the groom. Now, one other important thing is, as Africans, you have to capture the parents and the aunt, uncle. So I actually, ask for, like, maybe a close family member that knows the important, like, the family, and I just tell them to point them out to me, and we focus on those people too. So yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, that's nice.
So anything, I guess, else happening with your business, or anything new that's coming up that our viewers should know?
Give us the inside scoop.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I'm kind of working on something now, and I guess I can just say it. Like, since there's a huge craze about the 360 booth, I'm trying to add that to my package, so that it's a one-stop shop. You want me to take pictures? I can also, provide you with a 360 booth, and from there, just, get other things to add to my package. And yeah, that's it.
Sounds good. Well, I think this is the kind of end of our interview. Foley, have any more questions?
Yeah. Why are you looking at me like?
Because you like you wanted to ask something else.
Well, the only question I have is how our audience be able to reach you. But that's not true. There's another question I always ask too. What did you always wanted to be when you grew up? Yeah. Okay. Then you should say something.
Okay, so funny thing, I actually wanted to be an architect for the longest time. Even in high school, I took, like, technical drawing classes. So the Nigerian system is, you do, like, your junior secondary. Then once you get to your senior secondary, you branch out if you're a science student, or like a government student, or an art student, or something like that. Then I said, okay, can I still take technical drawing? And we're like, no, you need physics and chemistry, because that's a science route. And I was like, yeah, physics, nope, chemistry. So that kind of killed my dream of being an architect, but it's all good.
Yeah. Yeah. Who knew physics? You had to do something with the architect too.
Well, yeah, I knew that.
I'm joking. I'm just, yeah. So how may our audience reach you? Get a hold of you if they want to reach you to do photography for their events, weddings, birthdays.
Best route is my Instagram page, because it gives you, like, a snapshot of my portfolio, and you go through my work before you actually reach out to me. I appreciate feedback, so if you, have something to say, please, say it. And again, my IG page is G_DAY_photos.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Perfect.
So thank you so much for joining.
Number, I don't know, like,
I'm sorry.
I don't want to give my phone number because people might just start.
Yeah, there's
Oh no,
stalkers out here.
yeah, there are. You know,
we don't want to. We don't want to put you in that situation.
yeah, definitely.
famous. So,
Okay.
Most people who are famous, they have another number that they give. So
Yeah.
maybe we should.
Oh,
maybe I should invest in that.
Yeah, the your what you call it, your other number. Exactly.
Okay. But I just want to say one last thing. I just want to appreciate you guys for doing this.
Oh, no problem. You know,
I've always seen your interviews, and I was like, oh, this is it. This is cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and another last thing is just I just want to encourage people. The era we are in right now is just full of ups and downs. We've all the pandemic, we've experienced all kinds of things, but how I live my life right now, I tell people I'm fluid, be like water. And, there's this song by Fela Anikulapo Kuti. It says, water doesn't have an enemy, so just flow, like it's cool. When water meets like a rock, there are two things that happen. It's either it goes round the rock or it spills through the rock. So what you want to do, you don't have to, like be so focused on breaking through a rock when you can just flow around it, and that's how I live my life.
Wow.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Really
too.
appreciate that.
That was really, thank you for that too. Thank you so much too. I really appreciate it. And and I really appreciate you coming on our show, telling us your background and giving that very, very inspirational advice too. I mean, that's something I was like, I might steal that. That line for our clients, but I'll copyright you on it.
No problem.
Have you heard of Jide? But thank you so much too.
You're welcome, guys.
Yeah, take care. And guys, please go to his Instagram if you need it. His photography is great too. It's wonderful. Very professionally done too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much too.
Thank you.
Take care.
Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Bye.
So guys, that wraps up our episode with Jide Photography.
Mhm.
Sorry, Jide Photos. He talked to us about his work as a photographer and also his professional world. So please take a moment and check that out. And Foley will tell you how to reach us and how to get in contact with us.
Yeah, you can reach us at our website if you guys want any resume help, mock interview helps, cover letter helps too. You can reach us at releycareerservices.com. Or as well, you can look at us at our social media, which is Reley Career Services LLC at Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and especially YouTube. So click and subscribe, see our videos, and share as well too.
Yes.
Thank you. And this is actually our final episode of our season. And thank you guys for coming aboard and watching. And there will be more to come.
Yes. Thank you so much, guys. It's been a pleasure.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.